After building 3 Mocs already, the builders finally made it into the finals, and today I will present you all 6 of them. But first we will take a look at all the builds from all the participants of the semifinals. The first one is Brown Bricks, who made the Liberation of Frost Moc in 1944. You can see a group of American soldiers supported by an M8 Greyhound and a knocked out German Marder II tank. You can see a lot of typical elements of the Battle of Normandy, like a wheat field as well as a cool church, which even has an interior. All in all, this is a solid World War II mock and definitely captures the look of Normandy well. The next mock depicts a battle at the Eastern Front in 1944. Moc Motion created a unique counters offensive mock. The minifigure positioning is outstanding and you can really see the intensive fight between the Germans and the Soviets. He takes apart his minifigures to create a more realistic look. He also used these transparent minifigure placement pieces. And to finalize the build, he integrated a Panther tank which just shoots his round. The design is definitely inspired by my version, but I really like the custom-made camouflage by using these leaf pieces as well as different colored pieces and the shooting effect. When it comes to landscaping and creating battle effects, Moc Motion is definitely one of the best World War II LEGO builders out there. The first non-World War II related build was made by YouTube Brick Builds. This Persian Gulf War mock depicts 3 American soldiers supported by a Humvee. I really like how unique all 3 of the minifigures are looking, all of them wearing the typical gear from this time period, like this gas mask for example. The burning oil pipe is a unique and never seen detail. When you look at the whole build, it definitely looks cool, but it doesn't feel that complex. But if you take a closer look, you can definitely find some cool details. The transitions between the dark 10 and 10 areas are super smooth by using cheese slopes. And the brown crater is a nice detail and gives the mock some more color. To simulate the trail created by the Humvee, he used a mix of regular 1x1 plates and the rounded plates. The smoke effect created by dish pieces and larger rounded plates perfectly ends up this mock. Let's move on with the first World War I mock, which depicts the second battle of the Marne. French as well as German soldiers were involved in this battle, and the builder for sure included both of them. I really like these self-painted helmets. The build itself looks super good, and I really like the contrast between the rough landscaping and the clean black border. The builder included a lot of small fitting details like this arm in the crater, the barbed wire, as well as a Kar-98 in the German trench. The ruin made out of light bluish grey and dark bluish grey bricks perfectly ends up this mock. Scout Trooper Bricks created one of the best builds during the whole contest. And once again he came up with a great build. I really like the angled border at the left and right. He also achieved a huge variety of figures by using an old Darth Vader head for example. I really like how he added cloth pieces to some of his soldiers to make them look different. And to perfectly end up the figures he used rubber bands to hold the weapons. And the most interesting detail to look at are these burning flames by using LED lights. Your Mocs are so unique and definitely a huge inspiration for a lot of builders out there. Spurious Bricks always comes up with great and unique building techniques, and so he did it again. I absolutely love how he created the red walls of the house. The way he was able to angle them is super interesting to look at. And the house even comes with an interior where French people defending their home. More great details are the curved stone wall and the small lagoon at the left. As usual, we also get some great action shots from both the US and German soldiers. The use of red brackets allowed him to create smooth blood effects. Keep up what you are doing, man, your builds are really inspirational. The next Eastern Front related build was created by Bricktails Builds. He recreated a German position during the winter of 1944 in the outskirts of Leningrad. I really like the tree design, but in my opinion you could have added more snow effects. The use of all the different trench coats gives the minifigures a great and unique look. The mock also shows that it doesn't need heavy battles to create a good looking mock. The use of all the 1x1 rounded reddish brown plates to create this trench is absolutely brilliant, and how you created this blood effect is also outstanding. One of the most unique topics to choose was this Invasion of Netherlands mock. It was definitely refreshing to look at the unique Dutch soldiers wearing their sky blue uniforms. As I said in an earlier video, I'm a huge fan of the Opel Blitz, including a flag, so I definitely love this as well. I also really like how MWW Bricks added splinter camo Zeltplan ponchos to his Luftwaffe soldiers. He even destroyed one of his Brick Arms helmets to create a super unique look. The overall look of the mock is definitely solid, but I don't like the huge gap between the roof and the walls of the house. But you created some cool scenes and made some great action shots. Speaking of unique builds, Pichus Bricks definitely made one as well. This build depicts the Soviet-Finnish Winter War during 1940. He integrated some super unique details like this tank in the eyes, as well as this dead soldier which is totally blown up. The finished position is super nice to look at, and the barbed wire definitely helps creating a nice look. I am also a huge fan of the storytelling of this build, like you can see these Finnish soldiers preparing the grenades, the one carrying it up to the bunker where the gun is placed. And this bunker definitely looks like it had to resist some heavy fire. And to round everything up, you can find the MG position at the right rock. Another unique building idea was this Chechen War Moc by 212 production. You can see a group of soldiers armed with AKs as well as a rocket launcher. I really like the pathway and the integrated colors into that, as well as the transitions between the green and dark tan parts. The builder also achieved a great look of the used walls by using dark tan as well as light bluish grey pieces. The door design is super interesting, and the dark brown perfectly contrasts with the rest of the building. The building technique for the rubble is definitely simple, but because the builder used a lot of different types of pieces, it definitely looks pretty interesting. The final build of this video is again a World War I mock. This unique build is packed with interesting details. The grained stone wall is wonderfully executed, and the brown archway just fits perfectly in there. In the background you can see an old table, some wheels and the weathered walls. The trench coats from both the British and the German fits perfectly into the rest of the mock. Some more details to mention are, for example, this destroyed wall where the builder used reddish brown pieces which are cracked to create a destroyed wall. The standpipe as well as the dead German soldier are also great details. I really like how you positioned the hairpiece underneath the helmet. I just don't like the screen strap, as I think this doesn't really fit into the rest of the mock, but other than that, this is a great build. One last detail to mention are these weathered helmets which are self-painted. I will show you all the finalists now, and after that I will tell you how I've decided who is going to be in the finals. Here's the final table. As you can see, I've rated all the builds in 4 categories: overall look, techniques, creativity and details. The maximum of points to reach in one category was 10 points, and as you can see, only one builder achieved that in one category. Congrats to Nathan C and Scout Trooper Bricks, your builds were the best in the semi-finals. To all of those who made it into the finals, please message me on Instagram. All of you won one instruction of your choice from a replicable page. Congratulations to all the finalists, and to those of you who didn't make it into the finals, please don't be bad. All your builds were great, but I had to choose 6. The deadline for the final submission is October 8th. Thanks for watching and see you next time.